Thank you, Sean. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to join with me to thank Sean for the pre-ceremony entertainment. Thank you. And I always ask if anybody knows the name of the instrument that Sean is playing here. Yep. You can go over here and graduate today. It is in fact, yes, a theorbo, which is a member of the lute family, developed, produced, how would you say? 16th century, at the end of the 16th century in Italy. So Sean's theorbo has 14 strings. Okay, so thanks again, and you'll be playing more in the after ceremony entertainment for us. Lovely. Okay, thank you. Okay, graduates, graduands, as you are now. Just like to spend a couple of minutes just having a chat to you just about the procedures for this afternoon's ceremony. Okay, just a couple of minutes, all very quick and easy. So firstly, everybody has a seating ticket with a number on it. Number corresponds to the seat they're currently sitting in, of course it does. You don't need to show these anymore, so into pockets, under seats, you can put it behind your graduation documents if you want to souvenir it later on, so don't need to show these. Now, very shortly there'll be an announcement and you'll be asked to stand for the academic procession and also for the singing of the national anthem. During the singing of the national anthem, we ask that you take off your hat or trencher. Okay? Unless you have it pinned to your hair, in which case it's okay to leave the trencher on. As you can see, I don't have that problem. So the important thing though, most people have the floppy trenchers. There are a couple of hard ones, hard trenchers. Mine has got the hard back on it and it's a longer back. So just pop it on like so, but importantly, the tassel. Just make sure the tassel's on the left-hand side, either might be pinned there or just to the back there. We do that to just so it doesn't get in the way of the photo. Okay, so it's the only reason why we do that. Now, later in proceedings, you'll again be asked to stand for the conferring of your awards. It's at that point that you change from being graduands into graduates. It's the most important part of the ceremony, the conferring of your awards. At that stage, we start presenting you. So what we will do, we will take the back row of graduands. Where's back row? Is it a whole back row or half a back row? You're the end of the back. We'll take the last two rows, okay, to be presented on stage. We'll take you along the side of the stage, around the back, and you'll be presented with your graduation documents at the back of the stage, okay? Also, at the ramp, at the back of the stage, there are a couple of people there to help you with final adjustments to your academic dress, hood, trencher, etc. So that by the time you walk across the stage, you'll be looking perfect, okay? Now, at the top of the ramp, you'll emerge just over near the Torres Strait Islander flag, where my colleague will tick your name off and then ask you to step forward to the we have a couple of ceremonies here today. So initially it will be Professor Freno, the Dean of MGSM. He'll be reading out names and thesis titles this afternoon for the people from the Macquarie Graduate School of Management. And when he reads out your name, he will also salute you, just with a touch of the hand on the trencher, like so, and a nod. Then we ask that you do the same. Just right hand, touch up here and just a nod. That's the hardest part of graduation. If you manage to get that right, you'll be doing well, okay? Now, from there you walk across to the centre of the stage where the Chancellor of the University, Michael Egan, will be there, AO, will be there to greet you, shake your hand, point you towards the audience, and it's at that stage that the handshake or presentation photos taken, okay? So just make sure that your graduation documents are nicely displayed, okay? Name, and then you're ready to shake the hand and have a smile on the face, of course. So from there, keep walking across the stage where the registrar will congratulate you. You walk down another ramp behind me, back down around the side of the stage and back into a seat. On the way back, just remember, just go to the next available seat. So it's important, that's why we didn't want you to bring any belongings in with you today. We don't want anything left behind on the seats, mobile phones, etc. Just another thing on mobile phones, we do prefer that you have them switched off. And because this is a formal occasion, we definitely do not want you taking selfies on stage, okay? Selfies any other time, but just when you're walking across the stage, if you can just refrain from that. Apart from that, photos and tags and whatever, the tag is hashtag MQGrads if you want to go and write something or put a photo on there, okay? Now, after the Macquarie Graduate School of Management is presented, we'll have the Faculty of Science and Engineering, and Professor Messolet will be, yes, Professor Messolet, the Executive Dean, will be reading out names and thesis titles for those people from the Faculty of Science and Engineering. Okay, so today's ceremony will take about 1.5 hours, and at the end, the academic procession will move off the stage and process down the centre of the graduation hall, and then all the graduates, as you will be then, will join in 2 rows at a time. We process all the way down to the refreshment tent where you can catch up with family and friends, just relax, take some photos and yeah, just have a good time. So all in all, very easy process. All you need to do now is just relax, just enjoy the moment and good luck. Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. We would like to welcome our graduates, families and friends here on what is a very special day for you, your Macquarie University graduation ceremony. Firstly, I would like to ask you all to please ensure that your mobile phone has been switched off. There are a couple of items I need to run through before the ceremony starts. Firstly, you're all welcome to take photographs during the ceremony. However, we do ask that you remain in your seats so that you do not impede the view of the other guests. Under no circumstances should anyone stand in the centre aisle or approach the stage. Please note that this ceremony will be streamed live on the Macquarie University YouTube channel. Should we have a situation that requires us to evacuate the building, please follow the instructions of our security staff. There are 4 exits from the graduation hall, 1 in each corner of the building, 2 at the back corners and 2 in the front. You'll also find our safety information on the back page of your program. Plaques, frames and photography services are available in the atrium building next to the refreshments marquee. if you have pre-ordered a frame or plaque, please make sure you collect it there today. Handshake photographs will also be available for preview from the atrium. In a moment, the Chancellor of Macquarie University, the Honourable Michael Egan AO, accompanied by the academic procession, will enter the graduation hall. When the procession has arrived on the stage, Advance Australia Fair will be performed and you're invited to join in the singing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the academic procession.
Please be seated. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite Mr. Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer the traditional welcome to country.
Thank you. Warame Nalawa. Hello and welcome to the lands of the Wallamedigal. I belong to one of the local Aboriginal families of the Darug people, the traditional custodians over this part of the country. I wish to thank the University for their acknowledgement of us and for the invitation to welcome you here today. That acknowledgement is important for our people and much appreciated. My family descends from Yarramundi, a respected elder and cleverman of the Burrabrongal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it. As such, he enrolled his daughter, Bulungari, or Maria, into the Native Institution, a school set up in 1815 by Governor Macquarie, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. She studied there for several years and used her newly acquired skills to lobby and ultimately secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them and it became known as the Blackstown, where the present-day city of Blacktown gets its name from. We are very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here today. And with good reason. Your success is our success. Your advancement is our advancement. And that was probably better understood in traditional times when camp groups were smaller and clans abided by the strict sharing laws, which meant that the food that you caught and brought back got distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and efforts were thus enjoyed by all. Your hard work literally nourished the rest of the community. And you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we do it right. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly did in many respects, and I use occasions like this to offer them to yourselves as a model or benchmark on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived here a little over 200 years ago, he described the people he encountered as one of the happiest people he'd ever met in the world. They had nothing, he wrote, but the tools that they carried. They were naked, they made their shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, and harvested food from the earth without excessive tilling of it. There were no slavery, there was no rich and poor, and no homelessness. Armies were unheard of, as were forts and jails. People cooperated to collect the resources that were needed, and then they were shared out according to strict Aboriginal law. Our land was maintained in its natural state, with rivers and creeks unpolluted, with people drinking out of them as they have done here for the past 20,000 years. Now remember, this is not a dream or an ideal. This was normal life for the longest time and not so very long ago. So I don't think there is any reason we should expect less for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. So graduates, I would say expect great and wonderful things from your lives and do wonderful things. There's a lot of magic in the world still, and we're a clever people. Now, that needs everyone on board though. We all have our skills and all have our gifts. Together we can put together a future that is worthy of our children again. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine now by winding up and letting you graduate. You do yours by enjoying today. Congratulations to all of you and all the best in our collective futures. Welcome to country. Yana.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to introduce the Chancellor of Macquarie University, the Honourable Michael Egan.
Chris Tobin, thank you for your welcome to country. Now, before I do anything else, there's a gentleman down there with a little baby, and every time the baby makes a noise, he goes to run away. Don't do that. Please come back. We won't be bothered in the slightest by the noise of a child. We're all used to that. A graduation ceremony, more than anything else, is a celebration. And I've yet to see a celebration that's not enhanced by the presence and the noise of little children. So they're very welcome, and we want them to stay and observe the ceremony. Don't worry if they run around, don't worry if they make a noise. No one will be bothered in the slightest. And in any event, we know from first-hand experience that a baby who wails through a graduation ceremony is back within 25 years to take out their first PhD. So we encourage it. Well now, graduands and ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls, it's my great privilege as Chancellor of Macquarie University to preside at this very important ceremony today. First, I welcome our graduands, and I hope that today will be a very happy and a very memorable occasion for all of you, but you will only enjoy the day if you relax. Some of you look a bit apprehensive and a bit nervous, as though you're going into the exam room rather than coming to collect your degrees. Nothing can go wrong today, believe me. Well, I suppose it can, but the worst thing is that this thing can fall off, or you can trip when you come up here, and sometimes that's particularly the case with the young ladies with big high heel shoes. But that's why all these people are here. They pick you up and send you on your way, so don't worry about that at all. Just relax and enjoy the day, because you deserve to enjoy the day. You deserve to take pride in your graduation, because completing a degree is never easy, and that's particularly the case for people doing their second and sometimes their third degrees when they're a bit older than the bright-eyed, bushy-tailed young kids straight out of school doing their first degree, and they have to combine study with all the responsibilities of a career and often family. So I really do take my hat off to those of you who are doubling up, or perhaps in some cases getting your third degree. And of course, to get any sort of degree, you need an intelligent and inquiring mind, you need determination and perseverance, and obviously you need to make many sacrifices. So welcome and congratulations to each and every one of you. Today I also want to welcome, and especially welcome, those of you sitting over there or sitting behind our graduands as their invited guests. Because if you think about it for just a moment or two, you've all obviously done well too. The very fact that you're here, the fact that you've been invited by one of our graduands to share one of the great days of their lives is proof positive that you've been very important in those lives and in the successes that we celebrate today. And I don't want you to think either that observing today's graduation is the end of your role. I have another important service for you to perform for our newest graduates, as they will soon become. I want you to make sure that the degrees they receive today are never ever put in a bottom drawer, but are always proudly displayed in a position of prominence. In other words, if our graduands are too self-effacing to proclaim their own success, you make sure you do it for them. And it's not only for that reason that you should make sure that these degrees are prominently displayed, it's also important as an inspiration to others, particularly young children, to see a degree prominently displayed. It lets them know that they too can aspire to great things. So please make sure that those degrees are up where someone can see them. Now, the ceremony that we're about to participate in is one of the world's oldest social rituals. For centuries, graduates have been donning robes just like the ones our graduands are wearing today, and participating in ceremonies just like this one. Indeed, there are some 50 universities in the world which can trace their history back more than 500 years. Now, Macquarie, of course, we've got another 449 years to go before we can match that. We're only a very young university. We proudly take our name from Australia's greatest colonial governor, Governor Lachlan Macquarie. a man whose greatness and whose achievements were never acknowledged by his contemporaries, but only by history. Those of us who went to school in New South Wales were taught that Macquarie was a great builder, and that's true. But his greatest legacy had nothing at all to do with bricks and mortar. His greatest legacy was the ethos he established, much to the annoyance of the British authorities, who finally recalled him back to London, of an egalitarian society. Because it was Macquarie's insistence that in this fledgling convict colony that there be no distinction at all between the free and the freed, that was the foundation of the Australian notion of a fair go for all. And that is the legacy, a fair go for all, that here at Macquarie we will always aim to maintain and honour. After our first 50 years, we now have more than 160,000 Macquarie graduates living in more than 140 countries. We're a very modern and outward-looking university. We're one of Australia's leading research universities, and that's not an idle boast. I'm sure today that almost everyone in this room, in one way or another, will use Wi-Fi. Now, Wi-Fi wasn't developed at Harvard University or Stanford University or Oxford University or Cambridge University or the Australian National University or Melbourne or Sydney University. No, Wi-Fi was developed by CSIRO scientists and by Macquarie University scientists. And I think you'll agree that's quite a feather in our cap. So we're currently extending not only our research but also our facilities. And in recent years we've added a lot to the campus. You may have seen on your way here this afternoon our Macquarie University Hospital, which is only a few years old. We're the only university in Australia that owns and operates its own private hospital. And as well as being used for its primary purpose of treating sick people, it's also used by the postgraduate medical students and academics in our relatively new medical faculty. And I can assure you it is a fabulous hospital. The level of care and attention is just first rate. I can attest to that personally. 2 years ago I was a patient for 3 days, and the level of care and attention is just absolutely fantastic, especially when you're the Chancellor. So I can recommend it to you. We're also proud of our still new library, which only a couple of years old. The first, and I think perhaps still the only library, university library in Australia with an automated book retrieval system. And only a couple of years ago we also opened our Australian Hearing Hub, which will be a world-leading institute in hearing and language sciences. So we're looking forward and we're on the move. Here at Macquarie we have a very clear and straightforward mission. And that mission is to transform people's lives, not just of our own students, but also of people all around the globe, by the work and achievements of our graduates and by the fruit of our research. We want Macquarie always to be a leader in teaching and learning and a leader in the accumulation of knowledge and understanding. In other words, an ideal community of scholars. And graduands, in just a few minutes, it will be my very great honour to confer your degrees upon you and welcome you as lifelong members of that community of scholars we proudly call Macquarie University. Well now, graduands and ladies and gentlemen, it's now my great pleasure to introduce our occasional speaker, Mr. Michael Rowbotham. Now, Michael Rowbotham spent 14 years as an investigative journalist in Australia and Britain before becoming a ghostwriter, helping pen 15 autobiographies for various people, including politicians, pop stars, adventurers and soldiers. 12 of these books became Sunday Times bestsellers in the UK. Now, Michael is now an author in his own right, and his first novel, The Suspect, was published in 2004, and was translated into 22 languages, selling more than 1 million copies around the world. He's since written 10 psychological thrillers and been lauded by Stephen King as a writer of exceptional suspense. He has twice won Australia's Ned Kelly Award for crime fiction and twice been shortlisted for the UK Gold Dagger. He lives in Sydney with his wife and 3 daughters. I would now like to invite Michael to deliver the occasional address. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Michael Rowbotham.
Thank you, Chancellor. Chancellor Egan, members of the faculty, staff, distinguished guests, proud parents, friends, and above all, graduates. I'm honoured to be here today for your graduation from one of the finest universities in Australia. But I've got to tell you, I feel a bit of a fraud up here because I never attended a university. The closest I've ever actually been to something like today. Actually, the only other time was when I took my 3 daughters through on open days. And my middle daughter started university this year, and I so wanted to go. I was desperate to go. I was desperate to go when I was 18, and I was desperate to go. I did suggest to my middle daughter that, in fact, I may be able to go with her, and that, you know, we wouldn't have to live in the same college, and she wouldn't have to acknowledge me on campus if she didn't want to. But she didn't really take to that idea. Shame, really. On the drive over here, the thought did occur to me that perhaps if Chancellor Egan had one of those honorary ones in the bottom drawer, you know, yeah, just a thought, keep it in mind. You know, my friend Ian Rankin, the Scottish crime writer, he's got 2 honorary doctorates. He's got one from Dundee and one from St Andrews. His wife has spent 12 years getting her 2 degrees, and she doesn't appreciate it when Ian points out that they're equally well educated. He doesn't understand what the fuss is about, really. No, not going to university is still one of my great regrets. You know, I deferred an arts law degree at Sydney University and went straight into university. I went straight to working for a newspaper. I hope you appreciate just how fortunate you are to be here today, but I also hope you appreciate how much you deserve to be here today. You've worked hard, you've made tough choices. This is your day. And I've racked my brain trying to think what I could say to you that might be inspirational or might guide you in the years ahead. But as I look out at you, I realise that you're my inspiration. I'm 54 years old. I have more days behind me than lie ahead. And I envy you. I envy you, your youth, your beauty, your talents, and your futures. Now, people are going to tell you that real life begins today. But they're wrong. You haven't been taking some holiday or these haven't been gap years from real life that you've been going through. What comes next is simply another chapter in the book that you're all going to write. And the question you have to answer is, will it be a long story or will it be a good one? Now, I announced to my parents that I wanted to be a writer when I was 11 years old. It wasn't something my parents were particularly enthusiastic about. I think they shrugged it off. I mean, because at 7 I'd wanted to be a fireman, and at 9 I wanted to be a prison warder, because I'd heard on the radio that the prison guards had gone on strike and they were hoping to get a base salary of $50 a week. And my pocket money was 50 cents a week. I could do the math. At 18, I still wanted to be a writer, and I applied for a journalism cadetship at Fairfax newspapers. 6,000 people applied for 12 positions on those newspapers that year. I remember having to catch the overnight mail train down to Sydney from the little country town that I'd grown up in. And I stood in the foyer of the Sydney Morning Herald offices in Jones Street on Broadway, staring at the lifts. I was staring at them because I'd never been in a lift before. I'd never been in a building over 3 stories high. And I didn't know how they worked. And so I thought, I'll wait until someone else gets in, And the security guards were watching me, and I'm sure they were running a book on how long this moron was going to stand outside these lifts before he got in. I had to come down to Sydney 5 more times, doing tests and writing stories and essays and being interviewed by editors, until I got my cadetship in 1979 and started in the same cadet intake as Geraldine Brooks, who has gone on to win a Pulitzer Prize. I tell you this story for a reason, because people are going to tell you that it's hard to get the job you want. But let me tell you, it's always been difficult. The best jobs are the hardest ones to get. Within 5 years, I'd risen to be an A-grade journalist. I'd interviewed US presidents and prime ministers. And rather than do the easy thing and stay on, I moved to London. From a big fish in a small pond, I became a guppy in an ocean. I had to start again from the bottom. It was humbling and character building. Even worse, I was poor, I was unknown, but even worse, I was Australian. Within 8 years of arriving in London, I was features editor of the Mail on Sunday. I was on a great salary and expenses. I'd been all around the world a dozen times. I'd covered stories like the fall of the Berlin Wall and the collapse of the Soviet Union. And what did I do? I quit to become a writer. My wife was pregnant with our first child. Our house was in negative equity. I surrendered a great job and prospects for a life of almost certain penury and disappointment. My parents were horrified. I don't blame them. They were like so many other parents. They were child-centred and loving and conscious of protecting me. I can still hear them. Don't climb too high. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Don't get too big for your britches. All good advice, but it's wrong. They should have said, reach for the stars, aim higher, follow your dreams. Maybe you'll make it. Maybe you'll become that writer. And if you fall, if you fail, so what? You pick yourself up, you start again. We'll be there for you. We're your safety net. Even when my first novel caused a bidding war at the London Book Fair in 2002 and was sold into 22 translations, I had my mother asking me what I was going to do next. I said, well, Mum, they've asked me to write another one. Oh, do you think that's wise, dear? Perhaps you should rest on your laurels. This is the same woman who, upon receiving my first novel, took a month to read it because she had 3 library books to get through. I didn't realise you wanted me to read your one first. Eventually, I waited. I asked again, did you get a chance to read that novel, Mum, the one with my name in huge letters on the front cover? I did, she said. It took me a while to get into, but then I did. That was it. I wanted to put that on my website beneath the New York Times review. Author's mother. It took me a while to get into, but then I did. I speak to you about parents for a very important reason, because there's an expiry date for blaming parents for everything. And for you, that expiry date is today. They've done their job, now it's your show. You're in charge. And if you're still blaming them a year from now, or 5 years from now, or 10 years from now, that's your fault, not theirs. Don't get me wrong, if I could wave a magic wand right now and make sure my daughters never missed out on a job they really wanted, or never had a lousy boyfriend, or a bullying boss, or a broken heart, I would. But that's not the right thing. It's not going to do them any good. If I could make sure they never made a mistake, I would, and I'd be wrong. You are going to fail and you are going to learn from it. J.K. Rowling told a graduating class at Harvard that it is impossible to live life without failing at something. Unless you live so cautiously, you might as well have not lived at all, in which case you have failed by default. Failure will teach you things about yourself. It will give you a strong will and discipline. It will show you who your friends are. You will never know yourself until you are tested by adversity. Up until now, your success has been measured by exams and assignments. Life isn't like that. There is no final marker. Nobody will give you a credit or a high distinction. From now on, the measure of your success should be in your happiness. You are young, gifted, and well educated. You are incredibly fortunate. Never forget that. But you're going to hear people say that your generation doesn't appreciate hard work, or that you expect things to be handed to you on a plate, or that you're entitled or status-driven or capricious and lazy. You're going to hear these complaints from people who enjoyed free or cheap university education, full employment, jobs for life, and by sheer fluke happened to buy a house that tripled in value and led them to regard themselves as investment geniuses. Don't listen to the naysayers. They're wrong. You are our best and brightest. You are going to solve the problems that my generation and those before me have helped create. To finish, I'd like to paraphrase Stephen King, another who inspired me to become a writer. You can approach the future with nervousness, excitement, hopefulness, or even despair. The sense that you can never completely achieve what's in your mind and heart. You can come to it with your fists clenched and eyes narrowed, ready to kick ass and take down names. You can come to it because you want to make your mark or get a girl to marry you, or because you want to change the world. Come to it any way you want, but never lightly. Be humble, be happy, be true to yourselves. Thank you.
Well, Michael, thank you for a great occasional address, and thank you for being such an important part of today's ceremony. And of course, Michael is right. Don't listen to the naysayers, and don't be afraid of making mistakes and failing, because they're really what we learn from. And if you don't make mistakes, then it's really hard to know how you do learn. So go to it with all your worth. As Confucius once said, wherever you go, go with all your heart. And I think I like Michael's mother. That story about his mother reminded me of another story about another mother. In fact, the mother of Justice James Spiegelman, who became the Chief Justice of the New South Wales Supreme Court. And young Jim was a very bright young fellow. He got the University Medal in Law and was admitted as a barrister of the New South Wales Supreme Court at a very young age. And at his admission, the then Chief Justice, Sir Lawrence Street, said to Mr Spiegelman, "Well, you must be very proud of all of your son's achievements." "Oh," said Mr Spiegelman, "I do wish he'd get married." So mothers are a bit like that. So anyway, thank you very much, Michael, and congratulations on a great occasional address. Well, graduands, we now come to the key part of the ceremony. The reason we're here, that's the conferring of degrees, and that's the only bit of the ceremony that makes me a bit nervous, because Jim Spiegelman, former Chief Justice of New South Wales, once assured me that if I conferred a degree on someone who wasn't eligible to receive it, I couldn't actually take it back. So I've got to be absolutely certain that everyone here today is qualified to graduate, and that none of you ever skipped a class or were late in submitting an assignment. So I'm going to ask the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, students and Registrar, Deirdre Anderson, to assure me of all of those things, please, Deirdre.
Chancellor, I certify that all the candidates being presented here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of Academic Senate for the degrees and diplomas they are to be awarded. May I ask all candidates for admission to degrees and diplomas to please stand.
Graduands, in the name of the Council of Macquarie University and by my authority as Chancellor, I admit each of you present and those who are absent to the degrees and diplomas for which you have qualified. Graduates, congratulations.
Will you please be seated? Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from Macquarie Graduate School of Management and the Faculty of Science and Engineering. The Macquarie Graduate School of Management has a comprehensive suite of postgraduate, customised corporate and executive education programs which cover a wide range of contemporary disciplines, offering participants an opportunity to specialise or to develop the skills required for a career in general management. By linking practical, real-world experience with leading management theories and principles from around the globe, the school provides executives with a learning experience that transcends the traditional boundaries of a business school. Whilst the Faculty of Science and Engineering teaches courses and conducts research about people and our physical environment, it is the home to a number of internationally recognised research centres. It has close links with industry and is building future partnerships, especially with companies located close by in Macquarie Park. The faculty includes research and study areas in biological sciences, chemistry, biomolecular sciences, chiropractic, computing, earth and planetary sciences, environment and geography, mathematics, physics, astronomy, engineering and statistics. Chancellor, I now call on Professor Alex Freno, the Dean of Macquarie Graduate School of Management, to present the graduates. Professor Freno.
Chancellor, I present to you the graduates from the Macquarie Graduate School of Management whom you have admitted to degrees. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Business Administration. Walia Zulfika Alam. Mohammed Omar Aldrisi. Vanessa Carmen Almeida. Agnieszka Bajinska. Gary Beer. Enrico Blanco Gomez. Shauna Ann Brennan. Anna Michelle Byrne. Stephanie Joy Carmen. Zenya Hin Yan Chan. Yong Won Choi. Alison Stephanie Delorme. Crystal Leigh Dolman. Paul Duraguin. Hamish George Duncan. Jared Graham Evans. Ian James Sydney Fairbairn. Kimberly Sarah Ferguson. Thomas William Ferguson. Eduardo Guston Fontenla. Antonio Angel Guerrero. Stephen Anthony Guerrero. Neil Gordon Halls. Joanne Elizabeth Harwood. Sayasan Hashmi. Leanne Eade. Michelle Ann Izzard. Elizabeth Mary Leslie. David Matthew Lowe. Ulysses Patricio Martinez. Rajiv Mulwani. Faith Kudzayi Murefu. Terry Dui Viet Nguyen. Tanjim Rahman. James Campbell Reid. Timothy James Edward Sachs. Dhananjay Kumar Sahay. Amaris Kawa Saini. Christian Salandanan. Atul Shayaran. Anima Shrestha Rajbandari. Hajasleen Singh. Kenneth John Taylor. Ingrid Lily Tida. Paul Treng. Jimena Inez Valdez Temple. Simon Vasquez Gutierrez. Daniel Vega. Sahil Vermani. Lee Tan Trok Vo. Umia Zaman. Congratulations. Wei Ju. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Management, Omega Joy Abaldonado. Aditya Alindita. Pascal Paul Ellie Alex. Sorry. Pascal Paul Ellie Alex. Sharmila Barua. Sean Terry Burke. Alejandro. This name. Alejandro Augusto Castillo Cabrera. Ashley Michael Churcher. Congratulations. I am. Aaron Leslie Cleveley Millwood. Let's not talk about it. Philip Richard Cooper. Rachel Maria Debeck. Joseph Gigish. Trent Charles Jollo. Svetlana Kudrova. Laura Vanessa Lees. Vanessa Caroline Leal. Sonal Vijay Mahajan. Stephanie Ann Mooney. Karen Monk. Darren Francis O'Sullivan. Jan Edwin Sargent. Chun Doug Song. Daniel James Thackeray. You're from that operations management. Ailsa Thurkettle. Jonathan James Wardle. Ivan Zrilich. I present the diploma awarded the Postgraduate Diploma in Management, Lisa Renee Roberts. I present diplomates awarded the Postgraduate Diploma of Management, Zinia Janat Hashmi. Robert Andrew Murant. Frank Pintabona. Samantha Rajo. Stephen David Varika. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Doctor of Business Administration, Dr. Kevin Kuram Kayani, for a thesis entitled Impact of ICT on Bricks and Mortar Travel Agents and Changes in Supply Chain Positioning. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Dr. Tayyab Waqez Ahmed, for a thesis entitled Operationalising Sustainability in Supply Chains, a Case of the Australian Food Industry.
Yes. Is he here? No, he's not in that.
Dr. Viken Kortian, for a thesis entitled Organisational Agility and Firms' Performance, the impact of organisational agility in business excellence models used by Australian SMEs. Dr. Lenore Kennedy Pennington, for a thesis entitled Impact of Organisational Culture on Sustainability Endeavours, the Real Story of Sustainability. Dr. Suparat Suryakekayu, who studied under a Kotutul joint PhD agreement with Mahidol University, Bangkok, Thailand, for a thesis entitled Leadership and Management Factors Predicting Performance Outcomes and Organisational Sustainability in Thai SMEs, an empirical investigation. Chancellor, that completes this afternoon's presentation of the graduates from the Macquarie Graduate School of Management.
Chancellor, I now call on Professor Barbara Mercelet, Executive Dean of the Faculty of Science and Engineering, to present the graduates. Professor Mercel.
Chancellor, I present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Science and Engineering whom you have admitted to the degrees. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Brett Atwell. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Chiropractic Science, Chrissy Almeida. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of E-Business, Kate Marie Howard. Trevor Tsung Lung Lee. Jordan Uduk Chu Mbakwe. James Wilson Robinson. Gerald Chi Rong Si. Joel Twyman. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Information Technology, Fard Abdulrahman S. Aldosari. Michael James Assenheim. Reese Ayub. Ian Bailey. Lachlan Harold Booth. Philip Bui. Bernie Wing Yu Chan. Dylan Copeland. Nikhil Jason Gongapale. Ronald Stephen Hancock, who has been awarded the Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for Academic Excellence. Christina Mata Harb. Malit Kumara Samarasakara Kalutarayalaga. Thank you. Marissa Jo Curry. Jonathan Lowe. Sarah Leslie Markham. Jason Daniel Maxwell. Jonathan Francis Montes. Zhoujian Jiao. Adam Quinn. Mohammed Taufikur Rahman. Kitsuwat Ratanachaya. Harish Ravi. Michael Dennis Rayner. Jorrel Christian Rees. Jiaeun Ryu. Zunab Shabir. Christian Bryce Marathon. Dylan James Thompson. Jennifer Cindy Chakraweed Sada. Jimmy Tran. Thomas Prescott Waterson. Seems to be. Binlei Wu. Wei Chuan Yu. Elaine Saratan. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Information Technology, Games Design and Development. Samuel Henry Biddiscombe. Daniel Calabio. Ian Chi Ping Cheng. Sam Grundy. Minhaj Mahmood Hussain. Annabelle McFarlane. Joshua Morgan. Virginia Louise Whitehouse. Joshua Whittington. Elaine Woodsford. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science, Michael Amaro. Sahil Dost. Samuel Israel Marks. Calvin Hoyu Jung. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Applied Statistics, Ji Chuk. Sang Hun Kim. Duk Kien Lam Loyen. Marie O'Sullivan. Amanda Jane Parnes. Hira Ali Zahir. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Information Technology, Itaf Iqbal. Andrew Guok Dong Lau. Polina Peretilina. Neil Edward Street, who has been awarded the Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for Academic Excellence. Congratulations. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Information Technology Consulting, Santiago Noriega Adila. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Research, Sheridan May Beaumont, for a thesis entitled The Relationship Between Systemic Inflammatory Biomarkers, Lung Function and Exercise in Chronic Obstructive Pulmonary Disease. Scott John Henry Buckley for a thesis entitled attribute grammars, and executable specification for CCS layout. Andrew Joseph Grant for a thesis entitled Discriminant Analysis of Time Series. Rajman Shrestha for a thesis entitled Prediction of Acceptance of Offers for Academic Places Using Data Mining. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Dr. Adrian Walter Barker, for a thesis entitled Log Quantile Differences and the Temporal Aggregation of Alpha-Stable Moving Average Processes. Dr. John Alexander Dalhunty for a thesis entitled The Measurement and Correction of Sacral Obliquity. Congratulations. Dr. Madawa Priyadarshana Weerasinghe Jayawaradana Rathambalage for a thesis entitled The Cross-Entropy Method and Multiple Change Point Detection in Genomic Sequences. Chancellor, that completes this afternoon's presentation of the graduates from the Faculty of Science and Engineering.
Chancellor, I now call on Polina Perashalina, who has graduated today with a Masters of Information Technology, to give the graduate response on behalf of the graduating group. Polina.
Chancellor, members of the University, fellow graduates and guests. It is with great honour that I stand here on behalf of the graduates to thank Macquarie University for the knowledge, the experiences and the support it has given us. Dear graduates, congratulations. We all waited for this day and it is finally here. We've made it. Well done. We have all embarked on different journeys throughout the duration of our degrees. My personal journey at Macquarie University began with a bachelor degree in e-business. Throughout my studies of this degree, I underwent many first experiences, ranging from as little as being able to use a mobile phone without fearing that a school teacher will catch you and give you a detention, to meeting new friends, not just from the school and surrounding suburbs, but meeting people from all around Sydney and all around Australia and even all over the world. Macquarie University is quite diverse. Not only does it offer a vast range of degrees, but it also welcomes international students with open arms and gives them this amazing experience of studying in Australia. Having such a range of incredibly talented international students at this university has also allowed the bright and determined domestic students to experience different cultures and to meet people from all around the world. I have personally made friends from Egypt, Mexico, Colombia, China, and that is just a few of the countries. As many of us graduates here today, we now all have friends in many different countries. It is here at this university where we formed many friendships, most of which are still going strong and will continue to be strong for many years to come. Another valuable experience was forming relationships with the academics, who are always helpful and determined to add to our knowledge and help us out in any way possible. If it wasn't for their dedication, hard work, lectures that went late into the night, but most importantly, their patience, we wouldn't have achieved what we have achieved today. However, it is easy to recognize others' hard work and accomplishments, and it is easy to forget to stop and think about our own achievements. We, as students, had our own ups and downs. We managed to ace through some assignments, yet with others, we struggled and worked on them many nights and days. Yet the feeling of satisfaction and completeness would always fulfill us once the assignment was handed in, and in some cases, there was nothing we could do but hope and wait for the best. Some of us truly believed in ourselves and dedicated a lot of time to our studies, balancing work, social life, health and well-being, and in some cases, families with newborn and young children. Yes, university can be tough, but we are here now. We have our degrees on our hands, which are proof and a continuous reminder for our dedication and our hard work. And most importantly, our perseverance to keep going and not giving up. We have received our reward. I hope that most of you will not stop your academic journeys right here, but I hope that you have been inspired to continue on your studies, perhaps not straight away, but you may consider it in the future. After I graduated from my bachelor degree, as many other people, I went into the workforce, where I continued to learn, but I reached a point where I was just very thirsty for greater knowledge. I had a taste of what we tend to refer as the real world, and I felt that I was still missing something, and that something was incomplete. The hunger for that something more had inspired me to come back to Macquarie University and embark on a Master of Information Technology degree, which was yet another positive but challenging experience. And today, I am proud of myself for committing to this degree and making it my priority, and as a result, achieving high grades, which has made me very happy and proud. Although with the master degree, I have fulfilled my hunger for that something more, I do not yet feel 100% complete, because my academic journey is not ending just now. The master degree opened up a new desire in me to continue into research. Thanks to the support, the devotion and enthusiasm from the academics and students at Macquarie University, I am inspired to continue on to further studies here. And I hope that you too, my fellow graduates, will have a new fire burning in you to continue on your own journeys, be it here at this university or in your careers and personal lives. I would like to conclude with saying a big thank you to Macquarie University for allowing us, graduates, to really realise our dreams and make it to the end of our degrees without giving up. Congratulations again.
Well, Paulina, congratulations on a fine speech and congratulations on your master's degree in information technology. I was thinking as you were speaking that when I graduated many years ago, in the middle of the last century, there was no such thing as an information technology degree. And in fact, I don't think anyone would have had the foggiest idea what information technology meant, because there wasn't much technology. At Sydney University, we thought we had the greatest technology in the world when in 1965 they purchased one photocopy machine for the university, which was in the library. It was a shilling a copy, 10 cents a copy, which was a lot of money in 1965, more like $2 now. And it used to print in reverse, white on black. And you'd queue up forever to use the photocopy machine. Well, we live in a completely different world today. And of course, we have many students doing information technology degrees and master's degrees. And I was delighted to hear you say you might come back and do some more study. I think you'd be an outstanding candidate for a PhD, absolutely outstanding. And by the way, you shouldn't, where are the PhD graduates? Well, you shouldn't stop at one. We've got a fellow here on stage, Professor John Croucher. Where is John? There he is, right behind me. He's got about 4 PhDs. So you needn't stop at one. Is that right, John? Good on you. Anyway, Paulina, thank you again for a great speech and congratulations on your degree. And now we have a treat in store for you. Well, I mean, that wasn't too bad, was it? That glorious voice, ladies and gentlemen, belongs to Angela Brewer, and it really doesn't get any better than that. You're very lucky, by the way, that Angela was singing at your graduation today. She sings at most of our graduations, but obviously she can't make every single one, so when she's not here, I do the singing. But it really is a delight to hear her sing. And someone recently said to me, well, what's the best thing about being the Chancellor of Macquarie University? And I said, I get to hear Angela Brewer sing at least 30 times a year. And it really is fantastic. I think she deserves another great round of applause. And we've got 2 fantastic musicians over there, Dr. James Forsyth, our organist, and our trumpeter, Melanie McLaughlin. Thank you, Melanie. And the other people who I think deserve a big round of applause are our alumni volunteers who come along to our graduations to help out and make sure that everything runs very smoothly. And some of them are sitting over there. They deserve a great, and over here, but they deserve a great round of applause too. Well, graduates, this ceremony marks the end of one stage in your relationship with Macquarie University, but it's certainly not the end of your association with Macquarie. From today on, for the rest of your lives, you're part of the bigger Macquarie family, which is our alumni, and part of the network of 160,000 Macquarie alumni spanning the globe. We'll keep in touch with you through our alumni program, which is focused on lifelong learning, lifelong support, and lifelong connections. Our commitment to you is to help you keep in touch and engaged with Macquarie throughout your life. And please, graduates, make sure you come back to Macquarie, either to undertake more study, to attend alumni events, or perhaps to use our aquatic and fitness facilities, or even if the mood takes you, just to come back with your friends and family and perhaps enjoy a picnic down by the lake. Well, graduates, the award of a university degree carries many opportunities and privileges, but like all privileges, it also carries responsibilities. Believe it or not, you, each and every one of you, can change the world. And you don't have to be a Nobel Prize winner to do it either, because almost everything you do, almost everything you do in your homes, in your workplaces, or in your communities matters and can make a huge difference. The consequences of every effort, every action, large or small, can reverberate throughout society, through the decades, indeed the centuries. Even something as simple as a kind word or a kind gesture can often be the spark that ignites a great life or a great career or a great achievement. So as Chancellor of Macquarie University, I charge you to use what you have learned, not only for your own benefit, but also for the betterment of the community. I charge you to use the skills and knowledge you have acquired with rigour and integrity, and to commit yourselves to a program of lifelong learning and inquiry. I charge you to recognise the worth and dignity of all people, particularly those who have not had the opportunities that you've enjoyed. I charge you to set high goals and to continue the hard work that has brought you so far. I charge you wherever you go to go with all your heart. And in all you do, I charge you to uphold the good name of Macquarie University. Now, graduates, I hope also that you'll always remember the people who helped you along the way, many of whom are here to celebrate with you today. So to acknowledge their contribution and thank them for it, I'm now going to ask you to do a couple of things. Graduates, would you now please stand? Now I invite you to place your degrees on the seats behind you so that your hands are free. And I want you to turn around to face your families and your friends. And now I invite you to give them a mighty round of applause. Well, graduates can turn around now, but please don't sit down because we're moving out in just a moment. But I would remind you to pick up your degrees. We don't want anyone leaving them behind. Now, sitting behind me are a number of members of our academic community who, of course, have also been important in your journey through Macquarie, and I'm sure you'd like to give them a great round of applause too. Well, ladies and gentlemen, shortly I'll lead the official party out of the hall. We'll be going down the centre aisle and all of the graduates will join the academic procession all the way down to the marquee. And I'd like now all of you to please be upstanding. And I'd like you to remain standing until the last of the graduates have processed out. And then I would like all of you to join the academic procession and stay on the path all the way down to the marquee, where I hope you'll join us for some light refreshments. Well, graduates, I wish you the very best for the future. And in the words of the old Irish blessing, may the road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face and rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Graduates, good luck.